This is Cooking Cassis for IFL-TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. With me I have promoter Eddie Hearn. You look fucked.
Do you know what? I'm so tired. And everyone's telling me how tired I look, which is making me feel even worse. Obviously just got back from America and had to go out last night and burning the candle at both ends. But there you go. Getting on, old boy. It's been a tough year.
Has been. First of all, this is not an end of the year sort of review. We've done this on Matchroom Fight Pass today, but next week, obviously, I want to finish off the year by doing a question and answer with you, if that's okay.
That's fine by me, old boy.
And tickets for O2.
Yep. Got many left.
Okay. But look out for that next week. Let's start with, obviously, devastating news about Anthony CROLLA, who was involved in an incident that left him with quite serious injuries, obviously, which rules him out of his world title fight with Abril, and we don't know when he's going to be back. No,
I mean, I was in America and I just got a text and I opened it. It was from Joe Gallagher and it said, "Call me, very urgent." I just thought, when you get a text like that from a trainer, you know something's happened. Didn't expect what he was about to tell me. Anthony, I think, heard an alarm go off in his neighbour's house, saw some people in there, went to confront them, chased them, managed to grab one of them, and the other one hit him over the head with a concrete slab. I think fractured skull, broken ankle, plates and pins in his ankle. It's a mess, you know. And listen, he's lucky to be alive, so it's difficult to sit here and say, oh, he's worked so hard for the world title shot and it took us a year to deliver it and we got him home advantage, but you know, all those things, the whole thing is just bitterly disappointing. But you know, he's such a nice kid and I think most people wouldn't do what he did. You know, I don't think I would. I think I might have shouted something out and hope they ran off, but it's just, that's him, I suppose. He was just trying to help others and you know, he paid dearly. So I'm sure he would be back, but I don't think it's going to be till the summer. And then obviously, who knows what Abril's doing, and you know, it's hard lines. But you know, really gutted for him. He's such a top bloke, but we'll get him back and we'll get him another world title shot. In the grand scheme of things, obviously, his health comes before anything. I mean, look, he's got he's got a young kid, and could have been much worse. He's been hit over there with a concrete slab. I mean, could have killed him easy. So you got to take the positives, and I said to him, I spoke last night to him and said, I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason, but we just don't know the reason yet. You know, one day hopefully we can sit back and say, you know, it's unbelievable how that worked out. You know, if you would have fought Abril this, and then you know you came back and you know you had the other world title fight, you became world champion, and hopefully it's just all part of the journey. But you know, it's a real kick in the nuts. I was really looking forward to the fight. Sincerely wish Anthony CROLLA a speedy recovery. Obviously, the show's off, and the fights that were scheduled to be on that show on the undercard, you look to move them to a different date. We're looking at February the 14th for a date. Maybe Birmingham, maybe Hull, maybe Scotland. So some of the fights on that card, particularly the main one, Brian Rose and Carson Jones, probably looking at February the 14th. If not, it'll be moved to the KELL BROOK card on March the 7th. So just doing a lot of jigging right now. And is February 14th a date you had in anyway? No, but it's a date that Sky like, scheduling wise. So it kind of makes sense for us to try and shift to that. Doesn't give us a lot of time. You know, we've got all our dates probably by the end of this week announced nearly to the end of April. So you know, it's a little bit of a quick turnaround, but you've got to think on your feet. Just for my own personal information, April, can you just tell me your dates again? 4th? April the 4th, Newcastle. Yeah. April the 11th, Leeds. Yeah. And probably the 18th or 25th in Liverpool. Okay, thank you. Was it productive in Las Vegas for you? Beyond productive. On what front? Just every front. Opportunities, expansion, fights, allegiances, partnership. I mean, just massive week for us. Massive week.
any developments in fights you are currently trying to make?
Yes, lots.
Frot Chavez.
Yes, I mean, there's still, the situation, contractual problems, and a bit of a mess, but, I think that fight's going to get made, hopefully for the end of March.
I was with Tom Loeffler and Gennady Golovkin on the Sunday we left, and Tom is very, very eager for you to make Frot Golovkin, and said that he'd come over here.
I don't have a problem with that fight, but
It's the pay-per-view thing.
yeah, and I don't want to sound boring, but it's a tough fight. It's a dangerous fight, and the money's got to be there. It's got to be huge. So, if it's a dual pay-per-view, I think it can be done. If not, I'm not sure. Obviously, we got to look towards Chavez. It's a dual pay-per-view. It's stylistic. It's a great fight for Carl, and also it's massive money. So, if that fight doesn't happen, I'm sure Golovkin will be on the radar, and he might be on the radar after Chavez.
Okay. Give us something about
Give
developments.
you something.
Developments of fights you're trying to make. That's
got secured a big fight for Ricky Burns, which we'll wait on them to announce because it's not my show. It'll be in America. Some big news on Scott Quigg, some big stuff on Selby, some big stuff on Stephen Smith, Kell Brook. Some massive things happening there, which I can't. I mean, there's certain things I can tell you and certain things I can't. Just you're going to see us a lot more in America. You're going to see some big fights. You're going to see. It was a great week.
I spoke to you after Amir Khan's great performance over Devin Alexander. Listening to some comments by Floyd Mayweather in a video that I saw, I think it was posted by Ellie Sekbak, talking about Khan. By the sounds of that, obviously, Floyd is focused on Manny Pacquiao for May and nothing else. What are you reading between the lines now?
I think that fight's going to be very difficult to make. I do think they both want it, and I think it's massive.
You talk about Mayweather Pacquiao, yeah.
Khan's got a decent chance against Mayweather, but despite his, and I don't want to get in a slaggy match with Amir Khan because I quite like him. I think he's a good fighter, but he does seem to think he's something that he's not quite. I mean, they only sold about 4,000 tickets apparently for the MGM Grand. Didn't rate great on Showtime, and the problem is it only does the same amount of buyers as the Madonna fight and the Guerrero fight, and it is a risky fight for Mayweather. But Khan's probably not quite big enough for Mayweather to take that kind of risk because it doesn't really reward in terms of pay-per-view buys. So I think he probably thinks to himself, you know what, I think the Pacquiao fight is actually about as tough as the Amir Khan fight. So why would I take the Amir Khan fight when it's only going to do 800,000 buys? Well, I can fight Pacquiao and do 3 million buys.
I watched an interview with Floyd Mayweather he done with Ben Thompson from Fight Hype, I think it was yesterday. And he was talking about this whole A-side, B-side thing. And he said when he fought De La Hoya basically was the A-side, called all the shots for everything, gloves, venue, everything. Brook Khan, who's the A-side, who's the B-side?
I don't really give a monkey's who's side, I mean...
No, but isn't that got something to do with it?
Not really from our side. I mean...
Alright, who carries the most weight? Because according to Amir
Khan's a bigger name, Kell Brook's a world champion. But until we all sit around a table, it's just talk, isn't it? They're petrified of fighting Kell Brook. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Because they know that they lose to Kell Brook, it's all Kent and Dover, mate. And they will lose to Kell Brook, no mistake, make no mistake about that. They can talk about, yeah, well, it's not going to happen because we want to call shots. All right, then, do you know what? Call the shots. But tell me what the shots are. Don't just talk around it. What do you want? What split do you want? Now, what do you want? You want to walk second? You want the home corner? You want choice of colour of shorts? You want him to come into the ring doing a headstand? Or you want him to eat Haribos in between rounds? I mean, I don't care. Just make the fight. Tell us what these terms are. These magical terms that must happen. Show me. You know, there's a reluctancy to sit down with, you know, from Amir, and not from his other, his other members of the team. But we'll see. If he doesn't get the Floyd Mayweather fight, he's going to be bang under pressure for the Kell Brook fight, and he's not going to be able to take advantage of Kell Brook at the negotiating table. If he wants an edge, maybe we'll give him an edge to make the fight. I think Kell just wants to knock him out. But respect him, he's a world champion. You know, we've got respect for Amir Khan. Very good fighter. Slightly deluded at times, but very good fighter.
Do you feel Kell Brook is, obviously since he won the title, got credit for that, was scheduled to fight in December, didn't fight because of what happened in Spain. Do you think that he's sort of, people are not doubting him, but after Khan's performance the other day,
people are always doubting Kell Brook because, you know, the Khan fans particularly, Kell Brook's never fought anyone, he'll never fight Sean Porter, it won't happen. So the fight happens, didn't get any credit for that, for it even happening. Then he beats him in his backyard. Don't get any credit. All of a sudden, Porter's gone from a world beater, elite level fighter, to just someone who's overhyped because Kell Brook beat him. It's all a load of bollocks. Kell Brook's a quality fighter, mate. He's one of the top welterweights in the world. And there's so much more to come from him. So much more.
How long do you think the Khan camp leave it before they either think there's a chance of them fighting Mayweather or not?
I think in the next 3 or 4 weeks he's got to make his move. You know, if they want to box in May, they've got to get the ball rolling. But the Pacquiao fight's going to take a hell of a lot of negotiations. You've got massive political issues there. I just can't see him fighting Khan. I've said that for a while. Maybe he will, but something tells me he won't.
And financially, you believe that that's their best option to fight each other, Khan and Brook?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know there's some UK TV and a couple of bits of promotional fees in the UK, but he probably earned about $1.5 million the other night. Fighting Devin Alexander. Could probably make 6, 7, 8 to fight Kell Brook.
Okay. Saw you met up with Floyd.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. We had a chat. Told him he should fight Kell Brook. He said nope. I said, well, maybe Amir Khan. He said nope. Then we talked a little bit about the UK. Told me he was going to make $140 million for his next fight on May the 2nd, which probably means it's Pacquiao. Just a cool guy, you know.
Did you have an inkling that
great aura.
he wanted to come over here to fight or not? No.
Why? You know.
Why?
But it was, you know, the WBC convention was an experience, meeting up with so many fighters that I was like a fanboy. I was just going around taking photos with everyone, you know. So many great fighters there. The line-up on the stage. I mean, on the stage at one time, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Roberto Duran, Mike Tyson, Joe Calzaghe, Julio Cesar Chavez,
Hagler,
Marvin Hagler, Michael Spinks,
Cotto,
Santa Cruz, Cotto. I mean, honestly, the list was incredible. Azuma Nelson. You know, I mean, yeah, it was amazing.
It's quite a big rick from IFL TV not to have stayed.
I think you made a big mistake.
Yeah, we did. 100%. To be honest, when I booked the flights for...
although they didn't really allow a lot of media access, to be honest with you. You know, it's quite restricted. I mean, and a lot of the fighters didn't want to give interviews.
Yeah.
So, and you struggle with a bigger name, so... I mean, I'm doing this as a favour, but, you know, I'm not sure what you would have got.
We do struggle with big names. Struggled in America recently. Aaron, De La Hoya, Golovkin.
Yeah, but did you get anyone decent? Oh, you did get me in the press at the end. Who was your biggest rating interview?
From the night?
Yeah.
Was you one of them.
Oh, was I? Oh, thank you.
You were one of them, but that's because our market is UK based and you rate well on IFL.
Do I? Thanks.
You do. That's why I'm here.
It's a big power play.
Yeah, you are. All right. Well, listen. Unless you've got anything else to add, obviously I want to do a huge Q&A with you. I'm not say a huge one, but it's the same as we normally do.
To add, obviously we'll wait and see about February the 14th. Josh Warrington added to the 21st in Berlin. March the 7th, KELL BROOK, we hope to announce that next week. March the 28th could be a little bit of Froch against Chavez. April the 24th could be a little bit, or 25th could be a little bit of the Gale Groves, maybe. April the 4th is Bradley Saunders and Joshua up in Newcastle. That'll be announced tomorrow. April the 11th is Josh Warrington. Probably Gavin McDonald for the European title. Probably the return of Nathan Cleverley as well. A big card in Leeds. And just buzzing. Doing the 13th, KELL BROOK against Amir Khan at Wembley.
Just got to let the other side know.
Well, apparently I disrespected him by booking the date.
So I don't know about this.
That's what he said in the interview.
What interview?
Sky, I think, that I've booked, well, speaking to Wembley and penciled the date of June the 13th. It was very disrespectful because I didn't tell Amir first.
I didn't know you specifically booked it for...
Well, I haven't really, but I mean, that's with the intention of doing Brook Khan. But you've got to think ahead, because if I don't, then the date goes.
Why don't you make contacts? Reach out.
I'm speaking to all the time.
Alright. Could be.
Thanks for the advice, though.
It's got to push in the right way.
Mate, thanks. Okay, yeah. If you call me tonight and give me any more tips, that'd be wonderful.
Okay. Eddie Hearn, thanks for talking to IFL TV. Just clock them pair of Ali shorts. Are they all authentic?
I hope so. And thank you for everyone for your support this year. It's been a great year for British boxing. A long year. Very tired. I feel like I've given everything and I need a little snooze.
Get yourself to bed. Alright, well listen, we will return with our Q&A, a Christmas Q&A next week. That'll be the final one before the end of the year. So I'll release details of that shortly.
Can't wait. Over and out.
Thank you very much.